All right. What's going on, YouTube, man? Coach Turner back here again with another episode of the Bryan Turner Basketball Podcast. What's going on, everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a fabulous, I guess I would say, night, evening, right on the brink of holidays. It's freezing outside, it's cold, but guess what? It's basketball season, so tonight's episode is gonna be, man, full of topics about basketball, man. The beginning of basketball season. You know, uh, it's been a long time. I say about probably like a month since I've dropped the episode, but a lot has been going on, man, since then. So let's jump right in. So before we get going, make sure everybody, depending on where you getting this information, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, especially if it's on YouTube. If you like it, it helps your boy out. It helps me out as far as with the algorithm, as far as, man, scooting up to the top. I think I have one of the and I say one of the best platforms when it comes to like high school sports, high school coaches. But it's not just about basketball. It's about giving information to folks that's kind of experiencing the same thing that people are going through every day uh, in this basketball space. Whether if it's being a parent, being a coach, being an educator, like we're all on the front lines dealing with these kids on a day by day basis. It just so happened that I'm out in front doing all of the skills, trying to teach life skills with the game of basketball. So, with that being said, we have a few topics to kind of talk about. Man, we were off to a hot start when it comes to our basketball team, our Dragons, our St. Mary's Dragons, Southside Catholic basketball group. Uh, Real pleased with the beginning of the season, and we're gonna jump right into most of that stuff and kind of keep our hand on the pulse of the high school scene. I think this is a year where, man, things are wide open. It's so many questions when it comes to teams, so many questions when it comes to dominance. Like, who is the dominant team? Do we have a dominant team in high school sports? Or some of the mainstay stars? Are they really true top billing? I mean, hey, we're going to get into a discussion. I'm waiting on a couple of my buddies and my friends to kind of chime in. I sent this link out to a couple coaches. I kind of want to get their feedback on some things, but hey, we here. It's no time to be sitting around, moping and talking about, hey, this and that. We are here with the basketball season. And yeah, man, it's up and cracking. So I'm gonna see what my guys are thinking about, man, what's going on in this world, what's going on in this landscape. And man, as soon as I said that, man, my partner in crime, man, just popped in. Let me see if I can add him to this discussion to get some things going. Let me see what we got up in here. Let me see how it works. Coach Brown,
What's up?
what's up, baby?
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good in the hood, man.
Hmm.
We here. We here, man. It's man, December 15th. We 10 days away from man, oh Jolly Saint Nick. You see, I'm all in my festive gear, so this is gonna be a Christmas episode to start the season off. But yeah, man, we kind of had a little quick monologue, was kind of talking about some things as far as the beginning of the the high school season, because I put that question out there. It's a lot of talk about, who's dominant, who's the dominant team, whose year is it? Is it this time? To be honest, I'm not. I mean, I feel like it's wide open. It's wide open from the standpoint of, uh, I don't really see that it's a dominant player. In years past, we've had, man, bona fide 5-star athletes that, I mean, were like unicorns. Like, you've never seen
Right.
anything like this. And I think
Right.
now we're in a position where a lot of our top tier talent, for some reason, is not in the area. We got some guys that's then left and went on the east side, and went to the links, that went to the it's like they're not around. So it's a big hole that's waiting to get filled. And I think this is a great opportunity, especially for St. Mary's basketball, the basketball program, to take advantage of this, because I feel like, man, we've been knocking on the door for some time, and I feel like now more than ever we're in a good space. I feel like with the school, we're busting out of the seams. When it comes to athletes and players, I mean, you see how it is on a day-to-day basis, man. 15, 15, and 15. Every team is filled to the brink, to the point where this year, probably the first time we've had to, I'm not gonna say cut, but we had to have some tough conversations with some guys as far as where they stand. And I think that's a good thing. You know, competition is always good. And now we're able to implement so many things within our program when we talk about the culture of, you know, it's a standard. And if you can't get with it, then maybe this is not the place for you. So yeah, I feel like then it's wide open for anybody to kind of come in and kind of take over. And man, this is what we've been working hard for. And I think that's kind of where we are. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
It's the opportunity. I look at it. I mean, all the way around. It's an opportunity this year for up and coming program. You look at, let's say, like Live for Life. That's an opportunity. You know, the situation they got going over there. It, like you said, it's I don't want to say new blood, but maybe young blood. How is that? You know, because everybody kind of been around. I think it's just young blood out there. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so like you said, for us, we had choices. I mean, we haven't been in a situation where we had choices. We was just kind of, this is what it is, make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it really wasn't a cut situation. But we had the opportunity to kind of choose, had some,
Right.
and like you say, 15, 15, and 15. Everybody's got their own space to develop, you know.
Right.
That's what it is, Everybody got their own space to develop, So we'll see. I'm excited about it just like you are.
Yeah, no. It's I think when we look back at it, I put up a post man, not too long ago. Let me see if I can let me see if I can pull that up, because it kind of speaks to kind of where we are as a program, where man, we just been kind of at this. So let me see. I'm gonna blow this up on the big screen and see if people can see this. Hold on, let me see. Put this up there. Let me know if you can see this. Hold on 1 second. This mug is kind of all over the place, man. They make so many changes to these apps, man, and it's like you can't find nothing that you've been looking for, and you've probably looking for a while. And
I'm scared to press anything.
So basically what I put up, let me see if I can get this off. See off request. See, man, it's kind of hard to follow this stuff, man. Oh my God. All right, let's see where I'm at. Turn. Post. Is that it? Post. I think I had a post up here. Yeah. But anyway, let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah. Let me blow this up. One second. All right. So I posted this. This was on the 12th. Let me see if I can get this on the screen. Share screen. Facebook. All right. Check this out. Can you see this? Did that come up?
Yeah, it came up, but I can't see it.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place with this. Hold on.
Kind of small.
Is that it? Ain't it? All right, but yeah, I mean, I'll read it to you. Just the the gist of it. I said for the first time since 2017-18 season, St. Mary's basketball
Oh, I
has
saw it. Yeah, I saw it when you posted.
yeah,
Yeah.
5 players averaging double figures through the first 6 games. So we were 6-0.
Mm,
So it shows balance. But the big thing that I kind of want to highlight is that we had 8 years apart with different players, but again, it's the same culture and the same standard.
mm-hmm.
Excuse me. When it comes to what we're trying to get across, to our young men, as far as let me make sure I got this. That's crazy. Yeah, you say you scared to touch stuff, man. I'm scared to touch stuff, man. Golly. All right. But basically what I'm trying to say is just it's the same culture. Like the same things that we poured into kids that are playing high level college, playing professional and all that. We're putting that same level into these guys. And so, you know, uh I feel like it's like we've been around to see this stuff come and go. We've been able to see the trends. And
Mm-hmm.
so the trends now, I feel like it's coming back around. It's wide open. If you've been putting in the work, is one. I think I forget what's saying that you like to say about putting your bread on the
Put your bread on the water and it come back cake.
right. So we've been
Mm-hmm.
plucking away at this for the longest, and good, bad, or indifferent things probably hadn't bounced our way when it comes to advancing down for a state championship or advancing later on. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same token, we've been right there. We've
Yeah.
been right in the mix, and I try not to pay attention to the chatter as far as, man, you got a good team or you got a bet. It's like we right there. We in the thick of
Mm-hmm.
things. Nothing has changed from my standpoint. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Nothing has changed as far as the standard, what we trying to do, what we trying to get across. Nah, it's everybody that come through this door, you're gonna get coached hard, you're gonna get prepared to the point where you seeing what these guys are doing. And shout out to in all of our kids that's playing, next level basketball. They've been
Mm-hmm.
able to step on college teams and produce, have success. And it's basically just been all in the culture that we've been trying to surround these kids for the last, 8 years, 12 years. And it's funny that I'm saying 12 years, man, we've been at this program. So give me some feedback on that.
It's, I think, for the kids to come through it when they get to college, it's just an extension of what we've been doing already.
Right.
We didn't put them in a mindset, in a mold. They running, and then once they leave, they go into these programs and they prepare. I mean, they
Yeah.
didn't got an opportunity. I mean, I can't say that other people aren't doing it. But I know for a fact that the situations that the kids that have come through, and where I've seen what they've gone through and where they've gone, and I mean they thrive. They doing what they need to do. And it's for the kids we have now. I think, say for instance, if you go like from the AAU culture right now, I think we at a place where you had a pecking order of the AAU programs, the Bill, Ramey, and it kind of falls down from there. I think Yuri was the only Bill kid we had at a certain point, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then, okay, Zyrie, and then now we got a couple, in the freshman class, and in the Ramey program, we got juniors that went through the Ramey program, so we starting to kind of get the different caliber of athlete, you
Right.
know, serious about it.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the key when you
Hmm.
get kids that come in and they already have the
Hmm.
mindset that I want to play college basketball. I want to play
Right.
sports.
They got
Like
a
we
goal.
thrive off of that. Whereas it's like, oh,
Hmm.
really? This is what you want to do? Do you know what all that entails? Okay, here you go. Let's see. Let's see if you made for something like this. And so I think right off the bat, if we get kids that go through everything we put down in the program, as far
Hmm.
as when you step in day one, what is it, June 1st, when you
Right.
officially a St. Mary's student, you're
Right.
about to get put through some things. And
Right.
I think it's the shining them up. And so we able to put them on display as juniors, as seniors. And then, like you said, we seeing these guys go to these programs as a true freshman and are able to be captains, to lead, and not just from on the court, but from the standpoint of just leadership. You know,
Ready, they
yeah,
ready to perform. Yeah.
absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So, no, it's man, it's getting there. So, what I want to do, I want to kind of get a little reaction from. Uh, I'm gonna pull a little video up. So, for the audience out there, let me do the stop sharing. Let me see. Oh, so for the audience out there, real quick, we're doing a. I'm gonna do a little quick reaction to put this over here. See what you think of this. Have you had a chance to watch any of the games from the Webster tournament? As far as
Yeah.
like doing a deep dive, okay. Let's
Mm-hmm.
because I'm I tried to, but let's
Mm-hmm.
just follow along. Can you see this? You got that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do for use. So let's do. See if I get this blowing up a little bit.
I want to push this button on this app. It might make my screen bigger, but I'm scared
That is gonna.
to.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I got this. Yeah, man. It's been a minute, man, since your boy tried to fire up these things. Let me close this up.
Let me try some. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, I'm gonna put it back up here. Let me see if I can.
That was the wrong button.
All right. All right. I'm gonna just jump right on in there. Let me see if it'll come up.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You can see that. All
Yeah, I can see.
right. So yeah, here we go. Right off the bat. All right. Let's say Live for Life versus St. Mary in a chaotic game. Okay. Um, for the most part, some takeaways from this. Obviously, um, obviously, Live for Life is in a position where we are. What are we? We're in the same district as them. Is that what it
Mm-hmm.
is?
Yeah.
Yes, same district. So, um, for the last couple of years, we've scheduled Live for Life. We've pretty much right. We've scheduled them in regular season games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and let me make sure I get the screen big so you can see that.
Yeah, I can see
See that?
that good.
That's better. All right. So we've scheduled games with them for the last couple of years, home and away, kind of cool little relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I feel like personally, it's the little rivalries from the guys that play on these summer league teams. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it's a cool rivalry, but at the same point, it's you know we have different things that we're trying to get accomplished, and we're not trying to just get involved in like the back and forth with these teams because there's a lot of stuff we're trying to do. So
Mm-hmm.
going into this game, we had our kids excited. We've had, obviously the kids on their team and the community and the coaches. It's a lot going on back and forth with Lift for Life. So we came out. I feel like we came out the gate poised, trying to make a difference, trying to set a tone. And yeah, we got into a situation where, man, we had to play some bodies, and we knew that
Mm-hmm.
it was going to be a situation like that. 2022, 23. I think the last time they played us at home, they actually beat us, and
Mm-hmm.
they beat us in a fashion. I know you'll get a kick out of this. What was it? Double overtime, and almost everybody fouled out. You remember that
Mm-hmm.
game?
Mm-hmm.
So this is no different. So me going into it, I'm like, okay, this is going to be this type of game. But again, we got a lot of new faces and a lot of some babies out there that haven't been in this, but
Mm-hmm.
hats off to our boy X, Gary, Marvin, man, they have played in some huge games in their career. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that right there was just a testament to them. Like they had a will to, and whatever they needed to do to stay out there and give us what we needed, they gave it to us until they couldn't do it no more. Um, and Gary had a monster game, and going kind of back and forth with them guys, man, as far as the trash talking.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some feedback after the first quarter. What do you think? What was going on in the first quarter? So we were up 19-14 after the first quarter.
My thing, well, the main thing I was watching was were we gonna meet their level, their
Mhm.
energy level. You know, we had what is it? How many games for us? Was this the
That was our
four?
sixth game. That was
That
our
was
sixth
six. Okay, that's what 6 in 5 days. Was it something
for
like
that
that?
one. That was
No,
probably
six for the
at
year.
that
No, that
time.
was six for the sixth game of the season. But
Yeah,
that was how many in a row for us right there. We had played it earlier in the
that
week
was three
and
in
the
a row. That
weekend.
was three in
Three,
a row.
right. You know. So I was kind of looking at our energy level, you know, our energy level because we had traveled a little bit, on the road, and that was the main thing I was doing, kind of data situation for me, the score, games, they go up and down, but like I said, I'm reading bodies more than anything.
Right. hmm Yeah, no, like I said, a gutsy performance. Let me see if I can get down
Mm,
to the. Let me see. And then, like I said, it was just one of those things where we knew that we just had to have guys ready and guys on deck. You know what
mm-hmm,
I mean? Because we're in the situation right now with our program that we just don't have guys throwing on a jersey and just riding the bus. Nah, if you there, expect to play, expect to contribute in some form of fashion. And I
right.
mean, that's all we can ask for. Is just making sure we get the next guy up, the next guy ready. Um, and again, it's what we call quote unquote team. This is a team
Mm.
sport, team basketball. You know,
I don't think people understand the concept if you with the situation we trying to build, whereas if we go to the bench, it shouldn't be any drop off. I'm
right?
not expecting I'm not expecting any drop off. I mean, if you one of the 15 guys, then
Mm-hmm.
you need to be ready to perform,
Absolutely.
on whatever you do. I mean, if you're a rebounder, then you need to be able to rebound at a certain level. If you guard the ball, then that's what you need to be able to do at a high level.
Absolutely.
So I mean I don't know if yeah, I mean, because some people are expecting drop off when you go to the bench, you
Mm-hmm.
know, the bench, it's almost like a bad word, whereas I've always been from the place, what you want to do, you want to start or you want to finish, you know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you want to start or you want to finish, so.
And it's funny you said that because like shout out to Coach Corey Gibson. We
Mm,
were checking out the press conference here at the house, and he was talking about as far as the guys sacrificing. I forget, one of their guards ended up sacrificing for the boy from Webster to
mm,
start. It gave him his first start, but the
mm,
reason that he wanted to sacrifice was because he wanted an opportunity to play in what they call the middle eight, where it's basically like
mm,
you play against the bench players, or you're contributing
mm,
for a longer time as opposed to just starting. And
mm,
hats off to even coach expressing that. And then not just that, is one of those things where those things are celebrated. You know what I
right.
mean? Where and that's what I always try to do. And that's what I was trying to do this game, was like, you have to celebrate the kids that are giving up the sacrifices, that they
Mm,
give up the things that know, like, okay, we know this might hurt and we know this might bruise your ego a little bit, but it's best for the team. You know what I mean? And so those things need to get celebrated more than just the guys who have, the 20s and the 30s and this, that, and the third. Nah, you know, we're big on the, like I told the guys today about the Oklahoma City, the culture, as far as like, man, them guys like each other. So you have to be willing at any point in time to just give it up. All right. And these are my guys, you
and
know.
I guess
I
it's kind of
know
it's
it's clever.
hard for me. I know when I played, I wasn't a the star player.
Right.
I played off of other people. You know, I found my niche, my role, and I played off of other people. But my whole thing is I wanted to win. I wanted to play, but I wanted to win. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and okay, I look at the situation at hand. What is best for the team to win? You
Right.
know, that's the name of the game, to win. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I want to play. And if I wasn't capable of playing, I wouldn't have been on the team, you
Absolutely.
know. But the name of the game is to win. Just like I like when we try to get into our kids' head that the season is data.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the season is data. I mean, if we lose every game during the season and win 6 games in district, we stay champ. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's, I
So
mean,
I
that's basically
mean,
what it comes to.
yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, so you go through because I mean, like you say, we've been there where we've been ranked 1, 2, whatever, but
Right.
you know, we didn't equate to no championship, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So,
So, so no, no. So like things, some takeaways from this game, real quick, and like I said, we'll move on because I thought
mm-hmm,
this was like one of those. Again, when you sign up to come to St. Mary's and when you sign up
mm-hmm,
to play in this program, obviously you want that stage. You want to be on that
mm-hmm.
big stage. And I felt like this game was one of those examples of, you know, you coming to a situation, coming to a program and getting the opportunity to play on the big stage. Like at the
That's
end of
what
the
I can
day,
say. A lot of people got a chance to get on the stage because when we play 10, 11 people almost, I
yeah,
know.
almost, yeah. And then you get guys like this that's just step up and just knock it down,
Right.
just clutch,
Number
stay
number
ready.
10. Number
Yeah,
10 over there, he knocked
right.
him down.
He number 10 coming off the bench, knocking down
Right,
something. That's
right.
gonna work wonders because we all those guys are always hearing about the stories of guys in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
Guys in the past, guys in the past. And so now we're at a situation where, man, dude, look, check this out, man. Y'all writing your own legacy. This is something new to where when my son is there or when the next generation of guys
mm-hmm,
there, hey, man, we played Live for Life and, Jaden Miller hit a game winning shot. Was you there? And before you
mm-hmm,
know it, those kids are excited about coming into a program where they're like, oh, man, I can't wait to be able to put that jersey on. And I
mm-hmm,
was that kid. You know what I'm saying? I was that kid
mm-hmm,
sitting at Webster watching Webster Groves and Vashon and Johnny Parker and Anthony Love and all these guys like, give me 1 more year, 2 more years. I can't wait to get here.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what, creating new memories, so that's all because I know these guys get tired of the same old that we talk about. Like, man, I'm tired of hearing about them, you know.
Mm-hmm,
Um, so again, start of the season, I look at these, like you said, data. I look at it as lessons learned to the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Growth
mm-hmm,
over records, you know, that has to be the mainstay. Because, like you said, we can, man, lose all of our games, win 6,
mm-hmm,
state champions, you know.
mm-hmm,
So just some takeaways from just this whole tournament because I think it was good. We learned a lot, and coming from this, you got the people. Oh man, they were tired, and they were
mm-hmm,
this, and they were that, and yeah, fatigue is part of it, you know. But we were able to know what we need to work on. You know what I'm saying? And at
mm-hmm,
the end of the day, the fatigue just comes down to just the mental discipline. Again, these are the things that we can teach moving forward. You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
that's why all of this stuff is good. It's like it just some of the same stuff we were doing the first 6 games. It just now got
Sure,
magnified within this,
sure.
But again, this is healthy. I think the way we're playing, the way we started off, the success we had, based off even the post that I made about, this looks a little familiar with the guys from
Mm-hmm,
2017-18 that we're on to something. And this helps us, again, moving forward. It's going to remove some of the entitlements. It's going to force us, right, to really look at ourselves on film and be honest, and talk about some of our habits. Like, look, man, what is our approach? You know what I'm saying? What is the solution to these things that we need to change? And again, all of this is data to February and March. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? We have to keep pouring into these guys the long season mindset. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. It's a stretch because I mean, honestly, given the group that we have, like you say, 15 strong, I think we got the kind of group where, okay, we could take, let's say we flipped, put these 5 guys on the bench, get 5 other ones. I think we could have a situation where these guys could average double figures too. We could get another group of 5 to go out and average double figures.
Mhm. All right.
I think they that talented, you know, and capable. So that's to me that's unique, and I'm just giving skill sets. You
Mhm.
know, we always talk about basketball being a positionless game, and I think we got double figures all the way down the bench, actually.
Mhm.
But the game ain't set up like that. It ain't set up like that where it's a everybody it's a situation. Okay, we're in a situation. I think, okay, what do we need to win tonight? Okay, we need XYZ tonight to win. Okay, what do we need to win now? Okay, we need A, B, and C to win tonight. you know
Mhm.
and we need guys in that mindset. Okay, well, I'm A, B, and C, you know so I need to be ready. XYZ, we gonna need you too. So
Mhm.
we're in that place right now, I think, where we could do that.
Mhm.
That's fun.
No, and then even for the listeners out there, for people that haven't played in tournaments yet or about to start playing in tournaments, and that goes for, like I said, even like the middle school tournaments to the high school tournaments and the high school coaches, because again, I always kind of like to keep this out there as far as this platform, as far as like it's an educational platform more than it's a gossip, toxic, messed up. Like we're not over. Like at the end of the day, hopefully folks can come over here and get some value. So if coaches are watching this and they see, all right, we're about to approach a tournament. These are the things that you need to be preparing for in a tournament, especially young coaches or even some of the older ones that you know keeping a mind frame of, again, the short rest. What are you doing even leading up into that week? The guy should not be going hard in practice to where it's like a football type practice, and you got a long week. And so the short rest, the quick turnarounds, the limited time to prep, because I think that was the key. We're trying to figure out and we're learning right off the bat, because again, this is like college. We're giving
Hmm.
guys scouting reports, look at opponents. This is what they do, counters, all of these different things, to where, you know, now you have to be a student of the game in order to pick up on this stuff. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
now it's gonna get exposed if you're not paying attention and not
Hmm.
locking into the prep work. You know what I'm saying? And I think the tournaments are good to prepare for, even when we getting into the thick of one game a week. And we're not in a conference, but we can always prepare 2 or 3 days for a team. So
Right.
guys can get the quick turnaround and
Overnight.
yeah, overnight, to just be like, look, hey, the team does this, they do this. Remember when we did this, that, and the third against this team? All right, let's work
Hmm.
on this. Let's try to do it. Sometimes it may work, sometimes it don't. But now we're knowing that, hey, man, we're not gonna be able to do that next time, or we're not gonna be able to handle this way this time. Is that kind of how you think we kind of approach it?
I know so. That's why, like you say, kids, like you say, when they go to the next level, they go with that mindset and that prep.
Hmm.
That where they already, I've done this before. You know, it's that kind. It ain't nothing new.
Hmm.
Nothing new. So no, I know it worked. Like you say, further down the line, they may not think it makes sense now. But like you say, when you thrown in that situation, you throw them in that water and they start swimming. It's like, oh, that's where I learned how to swim.
Because it
Yeah.
exposes decision making under pressure. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like it's a lot of guys that like to play. You can play at the Y, you can play back, but under pressure, in that pressure cooker, when you're on that stage, you know, these things are gonna kind of get exposed. And so I like putting our kids in that situation. Uh, I think we had a similar type of situation with that group, 2017 and 18, where we had a big emotional win, and then
Hmm.
we felt like we've accomplished so much, but then, hey, we still got to finish our goal. We still got to finish. And I think from even just looking at this tournament, that's probably more than anything I felt like was kind of like our detriment, is because high emotional game we overcome, but then we're all looking at it as like, all right, what's next? And so again, that's our job, is to keep the guys locked in, keep the guys focused. But again, you got young guys, you got babies, you need to see what you got.
We did have it was actually that scenario. Remember, we were in Pittsburgh, had the emotional win. That was when Yuri came back. And then we had who did we lose to at St. Mary's in a bad loss? We had a
Uh,
bad loss.
Althoff.
Was it Alton? Yeah, it
Althoff
was
carried
bad. It
because
was bad. I
Yuri
remember it was bad.
Yuri scored 1,000 points, and I remember going into the locker room like, man, we stink, man. I
Uh,
think this might be it for me.
yeah,
'Cause
it
I'm
was
like, man,
bad.
what happened?
Yeah.
And so those were one of those things. Again, when we talk about, man, guys, or they're getting tired of these stories, and now
Mhm.
we're creating new stories now.
We live in one. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Living history.
Time. Yeah, I've heard. Let me see about this. Let me see what's your thoughts on this. Let's see what else I got on the plate. Mm. So we kind of talked about the beginning of the season.
Mhm.
What's your thought? What's your thoughts on like who's in front, as far as like like what are the stories right now in high school sports, in high school and for the high school basketball season? Give me some stories that you think or we'll watch and play out right in front of
The
us. Just like
the
your top.
one that I'm hearing that I see sometimes that Principia has overtaken Bashan as the premier program in the area.
Okay.
And
That's okay. Go ahead.
I personally, that's impossible for me. I mean, I'm just looking at. I mean, Principia got a good team. They had a good run. They got a good group of guys. But the key to that is to do it over and over and over
Mhm.
and over and over and over and over and over again. We ain't talking about, and I'm gonna date myself.
Okay.
And we talking about programs. We're not talking about necessarily coaches or players,
Hmm.
right? We talking about programs. Yeah. Now, I was kind of privy. I played in the early 80s, okay, when Coach Irons had that wave uh first started, when he had a player named Jonas Cody, T-Boy, 1981, 82, right in that time. They won state, I think, in 83. But the run started previously, because I want to say they had a good run in the state tournament before they won it with Jonas. And then, okay, you count those years, the 80s. Then, when did it drop off? The 90s, maybe, when
Because it's even hard for me to even say the 90s, because like that's my era, and they always were like, that's the standard, like exactly what
okay.
they
So
say.
in that time, we ain't talking about Principia.
Right.
Okay. We're not talking about that. Okay, so tonight we'll go to the 2000s.
Hmm.
They had a run, the 2000s. They had a stretch there, where it was a little influx, I'll say.
Hmm.
Well, had a little turnover in the coaching in there, okay?
With you talking about with Vashon or with Principia?
Deshaun,
Right. Hmm.
because we talking about program.
Hmm.
So so we talking about 40 years. You know what I mean? They talk about I'm like, what are we doing? What are we talking about?
Man, and it's it's one of those things for me because again, we PHL guys, and it's like a slap in the face when that type of stuff, comes up
Yeah.
or comes out, because it's kind of like one of those things where and don't get me wrong, I'm a bold mind guy, true and true. Like you already know how I feel about how
Right.
that rivalry and how that thing is. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna go on record, on a platform, on anywhere and discredit that program for what it has done for not just St. Louis, but for Missouri and for Black inner city basketball programs. I'm not never gonna do that. I'm not never gonna knock them for the things that they have accomplished. And to the point right now where they still have steam going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
for somebody to even say that, and I think I'm trying to find out the other conversation that kind of got started around this same situation. And I think I'm gonna find it, but go ahead, just keep going because I want to keep this going because this
I
this is
mean,
oh,
I mean, it's what Principia win what last year?
I think so, yeah, last
Yeah,
year.
they win. Okay, the previous year before, did they win 2A?
Let's pull it up. See what's
See
going on.
2A, and last year they won 3A, right?
Hmm, let's see. Principia played a nine. Let's see. All right, so let's go. Let's just go do a deep dive on this one. Let's just shut this down real quick. All right, remove. Boom, boom. All right.
Because I come from a time when I was the coach at Metro. We used to play Principia in the Valley Park tournament. You know what I'm saying? That was in
And so let's let's
20.
let's do, let's do a let's do a 10-year let's do a 10-year recap, and I'm not gonna even stay on these dudes that long. So we're gonna dispel this whatever that's going on in the ethos. Stop
Okay.
it. I think that was Max
Right.
to put that out. Stop it.
I
Like,
think,
please stop it. Like, no. They have a good team. They got a
right. You got
good
a
key
good group.
players. They got
Yeah.
a good group. You can't knock that. You got a real good group. But
Mhm.
saying that they've overtaken that program as
Nah.
far as the nah, I'm not buying that.
If they play tomorrow and Principia win, it don't matter.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It don't erase what's going on. And you understand what I'm saying? That's
absolutely.
one game. One game don't,
Absolutely.
come on.
So, just over like you said, a 10-year span. So when we came into what year did I come into St. Mary's? This was my second year at St. Mary's. So 2015-16. Can you see
Mm-mm.
this?
Mm-mm.
It's kind of tight, but
Yeah,
the
it's
people on
kind
the
of
screen
tight.
can see this though.
Yeah.
2015-16, 2015-16, let's see. Principia was 4-21.
Okay.
Has Vashawn ever went 4-21? I don't
No.
think so. Yeah,
No.
no. I ain't going that far. All right, so let's see next year. 8-17. Okay, all right. 13 and
Now,
13. Okay.
when did the basketball stop? Because they didn't have basketball for a minute, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
This 2018-19, they were 5-20. Okay. 5-20, 2019, 2020. During COVID. This must have been COVID year. 2-11. Okay. Oh, 2021, 22, 3-19.
Mm.
22, 23. 25-7. Went to state. So I guess this was
Wait a
they
minute, 23. What was that? What year was that?
22, 23.
They went to state. What class was it?
This had to be this got to be class 2.
Right.
Salisbury. Salisbury's class 2. They lost to Salisbury.
Salisbury won because the I was there.
Because you was already telling
I
me
was
about it.
there. Right. I was there. I was there. And okay, they got beat. Because Salisbury they got was number 12.
Yep.
He
So
was
now,
he
so
was
they,
getting
so
it
that's
in.
it. And then you got what's this? 2023, 24. 21-7. They lost to MICDS. This must be the year that they jumped back up to Class 4. Because MICDS was Class 4. They lost to MICDS 63-60. Right after they beat Biomed.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. They went from 2 to 4
Right.
and then went back down to 3.
Hey, that's why we're going to talk about the
Wait
next
a
topic.
minute.
So just stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Just stay there. We're going to talk about this, man. Just stay there. So 2000 what? Where we just come from? What we say? 2000. All right. So they lost to MICDS. 2023, 24. All right. Last year they beat Kip Legacy in Class 3. Hmm.
In what? The state?
Yeah.
That's Clip Legacy in Kansas City.
Right. But that's Class 3. So again,
Right.
2, 4, 3 in 3 years.
But don't you get points?
Pat, man, something ain't smelling right, man.
You see what I'm supposed to, you know, how don't you get points? You know what I mean? So you get points. They went in 2 when they went 2A. They
Yeah.
got
It was,
district point. Wait a minute. They get district points and then
no,
they get state points.
I think you only get 1 for that entire year. So wherever you land, that's what the points you get.
So the points they got was for state.
Right.
So how many points was that?
Hold on, for losing state to Salisbury,
Yeah.
they got 3.
Okay. So the next year they went to
They didn't win district.
MICDS.
They lost in districts to MICDS, so they didn't get any points.
Any points. Okay. Then the next year they won state. So they went from wait a minute to 2A to 4A.
And back down. How that happen?
How they come back down?
If anybody out there that can
Well,
help us
maybe they saying 100 kids left the school.
Yeah. So if anybody out there
Something
can
like
help
that.
us, man, because this don't because and this is the argument that we always was trying to have, even when we go to and again, all right. So let's just keep it right there. Yes, that's what happened. They went from 2 to
4
4 to 3.
back
Right?
down to 3.
Within a 3-year span. I think the only way that can is by enrollment, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. If I, like I said, I'm not
Yeah.
the smartest or the sharpest knife in the deck, but somebody needs to help me understand this, because I'm not saying it in a bitter way, but I'm just it's going to
Curious.
lead us, because it's going to lead us to this next topic. And the next topic that I want to kind of talk to you about was the I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. So the next topic I want to talk to you about is check this out right here. See if I can get this going. Where am I at?
Well, high school sports in Missouri, as we know it, could soon change.
And it all surrounds a proposal that would eliminate the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Our State Capitol Bureau reporter Mark Zinn brings us details.
He's in. At the Show Me Bowl football championships earlier this month in St. Joseph, all eyes were on the gridiron. But when lawmakers return to Jefferson City next month, the eyes of the high school sports world will likely be watching Senate Bill 863. The measure, which was pre-filed by Republican State Senator Jason Bean, would fundamentally change the structure that's in place for the hundreds of thousands of student athletes across the state. Bean's bill calls for a governor-appointed board of directors to oversee and facilitate all interscholastic activities for secondary students in Missouri. Currently, the Missouri State High School Activities Association, or MSHSAA, holds that responsibility. The group serves more than 300,000 student athletes from more than 700 participating schools. The Senate bill comes as MSHSAA has found itself at the center of recent controversies, including strict rule enforcement for a soccer match,
because that's what MSHSAA told us we had to do,
and a recent investigation by the Missouri Attorney General's office over alleged discrimination. The legislature also passed a measure earlier this year that forced MSHSAA to allow non-traditional students, like those who are homeschooled, the ability to participate in all of their activities. Even though it was something the organization had fought against for years, MSHSAA's executive director told me earlier this fall that the new homeschool sports law has brought hundreds of new students to their activities.
Are being treated fairly, no matter what their particular kind of school enrollment is.
MSHSAA declined an on-camera interview for this story, but Dr. Ruckstad did share a statement reading, MSHSAA is seeking to learn more about the filed bill and, as always, is interested in listening to the concerns of lawmakers. We hope to work together to achieve solutions. And this bill is one of hundreds that have already been pre-filed for lawmakers to consider when they gavel in next month. January 7th is the start of that new session. In Jefferson City, I'm Mark Zinn.
All right, so we saw that. All right, and you see, we got a little cameo in there. All right, but the crazy thing about this is because what I don't want to do is I don't want to like when people talk about, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, like I said, even with just like that story right there, and people can say what they want, but this type of story hits home for myself, for our program, because exactly what that story said was exactly what happened. And I know
what's going on, right?
Fact, you know what I'm saying? Like when we just talk about like the situation we just discussed with a situation like Principia. You know, Coach Blossom, had out to him, great coach, great kids, great organization. It's not about them. It's really about just the structure and the how can I put it? It's one of those things where it's not fair all around. It's not fair and it's not balanced. And we know these things going into it, but as from the coach's standpoint, when you complain or when you speak up and you say certain things, it's like, oh, you bitter, man. You mad you just lost, or you mad because you over there. We've been saying this from the beginning. Like something don't smell right. Something don't smell right with on year by year. We take kids up there for whatever reason. Kids leave school, kids transfer, kids join schools, kids, have discrepancy for whatever reason. The problem that I have is the transparency when you reach out to the people that's supposed to be in charge that lay the information down. That book is about this thick, Pat. You know what I'm saying? That book is this thick with so many different scenarios that are outdated, kind of don't make sense, and really don't speak to a lot of the urban problems in a lot of the public urban schools and then a lot of the private city schools.
Right.
We have a different beast in St. Louis. And it's a different beast in Kansas City. You can't tell me that it's not a different beast when it comes to these educational policies, the way the associations operate.
Right.
We were on the call, and this is full transparency that we asked them for, where we just wanted to know, what did we need to do? You know what I'm saying? It happened. Okay, we get it. Phone call come in, you do your investigation. Okay. We're not in the business of hurting our kids when they've worked that hard to get to that position. We've always been, you hear it all the time. And even with the referee, hey, we're not going to decide anything with our call. Let the game be just settled on the court, on the field. There's so many times where people have axe to grind. You have people that sit in these positions that, are disgruntled for whatever reason. I mean, we know how it is, man. You probably got some guys on there that never played sports, that never really had a name for themselves, to where now they get a little sense of power. Now they're ready to start pushing, deciding different things, and they don't have the I'm not gonna say empathy, but it's just like, it's one of those things where they can care less what happens with our kids. They can care less. And my biggest thing was the transparency, the fairness, and real issues with Misha as far as the structure of the secrecy. You know, why come this stuff is not out there for everybody to know if you're trying to get it right? You know what I mean? I think a lot of it has a lot to do with politics. Sports is supposed to always be a space where it shouldn't get involved, but we see every day that the politics creep into all of the sports. And so you get a lot of decisions that are made in silence. You know what I mean? Where
Mm-hmm.
we have no clue of how you came to that conclusion. And the first thing that they said was, all right, read the bylaws. Read the bylaws.
Right.
You know, what did the bylaws say? Well, if the bylaws say one thing and we contact an administrator, an executive director on the board of Misha, and they tell us to do XYZ, and we do XYZ, and it comes
That
back and
still
they say,
ain't right.
well, you didn't read the bylaws. Well, your executive director didn't read the bylaws because they just told us something totally different in a unique case. Do that make sense?
And based, being a little bit familiar with what happened, based on what they saying, if they had read the bylaws, then it wouldn't have been no game. You know what I'm saying? That, they say you got to suspend, so how does it come down to, but this is a question I got for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I wondered, they're unassociated, I'm assuming, but the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association and Misha, two separate entities, right?
Yeah, them two different things.
Okay. And I remember the year we went to state, and we went to the meetings. Remember, we went to the meetings where they was voting on all state, all these different things. And I can imagine Misha is a similar situation, where I was looking at how slanted it was,
Oh, without a doubt.
how slanted it was, and it was representation. It was a representation issue,
Oh,
So
without.
Misha, the representation from this area used to be Travis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who is that person now?
And that's a real good question. That's a real good question because if that's what it takes, but it to me, I get it. I understand because the argument is always going to be, well, get on some of these boards,
Right.
get certified to get into some of these rooms and all of that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it shouldn't be a situation where you have to pay to play. And that's what it's coming down to. Because if it's about fairness, then it should be about fairness. If you're saying get your weight up, get your money up in order to play, then say that. But don't make it seem like in the sense of the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association, you have to pay a membership in order to have a voice
to participate,
or a vote in order to participate. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, if that's the case, then say that, but don't operate where it's just kind of like, because we get that. We get, man, a kid averaging 30-some points a game, killing, they doing this and they doing that, but he play for a crappy program where a coach is not, the coach ain't checking the email. He can, he want that stipend, and that's over.
Right.
And that kid is going to get punished and looked over for not making all state because they didn't have the representation. That's not right.
And that happens a lot.
And it happens a lot. And it happens a lot with the PHL kids. And it happens a lot with like in some of these areas where it's just like, come on. But that's always been the issue where, they would always say, well, we're not trying to punish kids from playing, and we're not trying to do this and do that. But what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing?
It's, and it's a game, that it's a game. And I mean, like you say, with the representation thing, like you say, with the rural schools, they deep in it, they run it,
Yeah.
They run it. That's why I was wondering, like you said, when Travis was involved in it, he was the representative, because they have it, the representative for each region or something like that, don't they?
Absolutely, a region. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and Travis would come back and tell us, hey, this is the stuff I need to be working on. This is what's coming down the pike. This is what you need to do. And so, yeah. So it's a sticky situation. I think the conflict as far as the way the board is set up. Again, you have a lot of these guys that are on these private schools. You got some of these guys that's in these regions, and then they are the deciding vote a lot of times, in these rooms, and and I hate to be the one that say, man, Misha got it out for St. Mary's or they got it out for this program. But I don't know what more to say if it's not one of those type of situations to where, prime example, you hearing all of this notion of, St. Mary, we're all in the news. Okay. We, from the bylaw standpoint, we were technically a new school. All right. We were technically.
That's what they did with Principia, right?
We're technically a new school. I don't know the ins and outs of the Principia, but I'm looking as far as put us in a situation where back when we and they had, remember the school, not E.H. Lyle, but Imagine Academy, right? Imagine Academy closed.
Right.
By closing, all of those kids that went to that school are instantly eligible at whatever school they go to, right?
Right.
So it's like one of those things where the school absorbs whatever, if you go to a school, and it's one of those things you have to check, or you transfer from a school that actually closed, right? Our argument to Misha was like, hey, we're a brand new school. The Archdiocese closed, same here. We're a brand new school. Why come we can't start over with the success factor and with our raw enrollment? You know what they told us?
What?
Not only are y'all not a new school, y'all are actually keeping y'all success factor points, and any kid that decides to leave this school is going to be eligible wherever they want to go.
So he can leave and go punish.
So
that's a contradiction.
That's a
y'all
huge
halfway new.
So we've been dealing with this stuff so many times, and the stuff that we're seeing right now is it's in the news, it's out front. But again, this has been something that's been on the that's been in our conversations for so long, as far as where's the independent oversight? Where's the diversity representation in all of this? So yeah, it's just, a lot of stuff done in secrecy. As far as that success factor, it shouldn't be no reason that a school should get punished for having success for 6 years. We were getting punished for kids that had that were professional athletes that had graduated college, and we were still walking around talking about, you got to wait another year. You got to wait another year for, these things to fall off. So yeah, man. But I think this was good, man. This was a nice little fire up session, man. I appreciate you jumping on here, man. But I think, we got to just get into a rhythm of just talking about this. I felt like, the last 2 weeks we were in it. And so now it's time to, pump some stuff back out here on this platform, kind of talk about the things that we would like to talk about when we don't get the love from other places. And I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Everybody's going to be okay. And so basketball season is here. I'm happy for that. Catch us. We have games this week, 4 games this week. Catch us at the Ramey Shootout at Merrimack this Saturday. We got camps, we got training, all type of stuff lined up at the beginning of January, where we have workouts and tryouts for anybody that's looking for any youth teams from 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. Man, we got a slew of stuff lined up, and not to mention things that are going to be coming down the pike with this next generation and this next group, man. Stay tuned, because I'm telling you, we are trending in the right direction. We're trending in the right direction, man. So, man, I'm happy. I mean, any comments you want to leave before we shut this down?
No, I'm looking forward to the next episode, because we still got some stuff that ain't hit the sites yet. We still got some players that ain't even been out there yet. So no, I'm good.
All right, man. So, all right, man, I appreciate your time, man. Make sure everybody go and like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you are grateful, again, grateful for every sunrise and thankful for every sunset. And I will catch you guys on the next episode.